is day 1152 of the Arukh HaShulchan Yomi. Like sponsor an upcoming Shemar of the Arukh HaShulchan Yomi, please contact me directly. Very greatly appreciated. They were Simon Kufid Aleph, Sivav, to Sifid Aleph. Vav. Sesh Chasachin Adinim Loya Kan El Kter Achas. Say Tolan with one part. Yesham Min Dafka. Shushtechitos Chatichos Nichos Ibn Atzmam. Some say there's only when the two pieces are distinct before they fell, which is permitted, which is forbidden. After they fell, you can't know. You couldn't tell which they were previously. Since it got mixed up one in one, have at least there's an assumption of Isser here. And therefore each one is like it is the Chepsa of Isser. Once it's figured out from this, if you have two pieces in two pots, they got mixed up before they fell into the pots, then you call it grant each one's like a chepsa of Isser, because it's only 1-to-1. For analysis, it's only one piece of Isser. And when we assume that the piece that fell into heter was the kosher piece, and the piece that fell into the prohibited substance, so that was the kosher piece. We've removed the gufa iser, found a way to get rid of it as a escape hatch. The shnei shlisur if they both can't be iser. Therefore, the pot of heter is mutter. It's not more severe than if we had one piece of iser and two pots of tola. If you have two pieces in one pot, and they're both assumed to be yasser as a result. Like the air, one of them fell into the pot. Second one, we're not assuming anything about it. Came nafla and fallen. Can echav shalatir balochuzaka iser? How can we matir? The iser is we were machzik one of the machzik and iser here. So it must be to tell you about where they were known previously, that and which was mutzim, which was also, and therefore they were not muchsak in iser. It's what he says back in Zelkom as a shach towards tminas a pri chodesh. So shach we say, and it resolves the problem of the pri chodesh. It's not omnam zeu I call. This is all true. Don't say sacred subject Ramakula if there's when a place cheskas iser. I feel that because I'm a sveka, but according to the opinion he wrote in the previous simon, even where there is a ischazik isura, we say so Rabbanakula. So we don't care. We're not going to be ischazik. Since we have a suffix here, so therefore it wouldn't be a problem. To be ischazik isur usur. You can't ask, according to the first opinion, the words it's chazik isura, it's usur. Might not mean a ben shunikarm or unikarm. What difference does it make whether they were distinct or not distinct? Even they were distinct. It's chazik isura. Some ate both from both pieces. Chayav Oshim Toli. Yes, bring Oshim Toli. And then okay, it's not true. The Sham Anudani Ashasachia. They were at the time of eating. Then he certainly doesn't know with clarity. The Aviyada ain't got Oshim Toli. Where to know there would be no Oshim Toli, he just would be either over an Avera or not over an Avera. Here are our focus is on the moment before it fell. If then they were nikar, then mischazik isura, we have to assume both are usur. Interesting idea. The long brackets here. Can you really tell it's to shach mikushas prichodesh? I think is a way to resolve the shach. And fend off the question of prichodesh. Miladin near yeser. However, it seems more like prichodesh. And there is no difference whether they were nikar or not nikar. Came over on Prishan. There seems to be Prishan. Prishan because that crazy place you've come base. Maybe right. Much respect. Time Mishnah Hey. Shtei kupas l'kuliv ein yodua. You have two containers, and you don't know which is the truma, which is the chulin. Nofa achas mehem be'edam medamas. If one of them fell, it doesn't create meduma. This chulin ayin sham be'er raya mechras. It's not a definite raya. The ma'yan dimur l'tliya k'mosh kosav v'chavastas v'kanaf is interesting. The chavastas distinguishes between the case of dimur and the case of tliya. Achmash wrote to Chavastas Achriya my Mishnah Lehefech, but what the Chavastas wanted to assert from that Mishnah the opposite. Tikar Dine Truma Hu Binyan Dimua. The matter of Truma is about mixtures. Ayin Shamituk. And the only laws of mixtures are not the same as the Isser Veheter. Ches. Vineni is Baruch Han Shloshadim. So we have three halachas here. Shtei chatichos or shtei kteros, 2 pieces in 2 pots. Kterachas or shtei chatichos, or 1 pot in 2 pieces. Or chaticha achas or shtei kteros, 1 piece in 2 pots. Those are 3 cases. Now, again, we show the first halacha, the shtei chatichos or shtei kteros, chomer mikulam. 2 pieces in 2 pots, the most severe. Shrei bevari nafal issa. We certainly have an issa which fell into one of the pots. Osheni do elechan nafal, just don't know which one. But furthermore, shebeheter bari nafal chaticha achas, also in the heter. Piece fell. We don't know which one it was. As opposed to the second case. We have 1 pot and 2 pieces. Even though only one of the pieces fell in. There's no definite issue which fell in. So in the third case, 1 piece and 2 pots. Even though we know it fell into one of the pots. We don't know that for sure it fell in the pot of heter. But the third case of 1 piece and 2 pots is more severe in the case of 2 pieces in 1 pot. The Shlishi Kabbalah and Filas Issa, because in the third case, an Issa definitely fell. It's 1 piece, which is also. Mashiach Mashiach is opposed to the second case where you perhaps only a heter one fell, not an Issa one. Because only 1 pot. And one of the 2 pieces fell into it. That's Pri Chodesh. That was Rabbi Yisrael wrote on the third halacha of the 1 piece in 2 pots. That Gam Zetzlan Hakel. He also lenient. Sounds like the third case should be more severe. It's just where Oksameko. That's visibly the second case. It's more severe than the second case with 1 pot and 2 pieces, but not more severe than the first case of 2 pots and 2 pieces. Some difficulty with language. Arukh HaShulchan says this seems to be the case. It's also going to be a Chodesh. The Taz of Precious Nidchugu Arbe Bazeh. They have very difficult things to say. Volume Blue much Kosar Pri Chodesh and Sham. And Pri Chodesh wrote that last piece was in brackets. Test. Yea is by that which we has been explained. By all these cases, we are assuming leniency. Afshin heter rabbi Yisro, even though there's no more heter than this, there's no bittul. Hamed v'yamur shagam Yisro no rabbi heter. So the Yisro can't be more than heter. Hamed Yisro rabbi heter. So rov of Yisro ain't telling lakav can't be lenient. Flush on Turkenu. So the Torah says, I mean, Yisro rabbi heter. If there's more Yisro than heter, ain't telling kokach lakav. We can't be so lenient in assuming the falls worked out the right way. Akal Lashono. Beard bar means to say that Africa Blifia time she's baru, even though according to the reason which we've explained. The Talinon, Shani Sir Klabak there that we assume that there's no Issa fell to the mutter pot. The Talinon Shah is enough of Bigdashis, we assume that the Issa fell into the Asa pot, or one of our car, perhaps didn't fall at all. What do we care if that's the case? Whether we have a lot or little Issa. Nevertheless, Kokach ain't telling Lakel. No. Not so lenient. The time with the hub emes ain't zerak kliyabama. The reason is that this was just an assumption. At the very least, you need that even if the Issa fell into the heter, it won't be as if it's a kulo Issa. Yeah, Roma Issa, Harei kulo Issa. If it's a majority, kulo, so then it is as if it's entirely Issa. We can't, so Tolin is limited only by mechza. Of course, where rov is heter, that would be okay too. You have yeshim. Some say shebedina sheni achas shtei chatichos. In the case of 1 pot and 2 pieces, sheyesh lomar we can say she'isa learn of our cloud that this is not fall into the pot at all. Tolin afshis rabbi heter. Then we can make even if there's more issa than heter. The bishlama I understand, but the rishon mashlishin first and second and third halachos. These are buying up over this definitely fell. But we assume that fell into Isser below the heter, not to the heter. Can't the company body enough out. Since the foul analysis definitely fell, so Shliabo Yoser Meheter. You can't have more than the heter. But the second halacha, what do we care? You only fell into one pot. That's the shach and the prichodesh. Miu Melesha to Rasha, say it's Bites Mashla Hedia. From the Torah and the Rashba, it seems quite clear. The Kol Chulka Shavim B'Din Zeh. All the cases have the same parameters in this halacha. And that seems to be the case. The Sof So Gambadin Sheni ain't so clear about the final lesson. In the second case, it's also just an assumption. Perhaps it didn't happen that way. I require at the very least even that in the case scenario where even Issa fell to that, then lo yekakulu Issa won't be like Kulu Issa. Dinner, or some Paskins this way. He says this creates a place in Drisha do as well. I must have Meshachto Basiun Chabase, and then he's going to get back to it later on. Yurav, Yesh Shayla, we have a question here. How do we find in the third case? Two parts in one piece. Shalissa and pieces also. We're not sure if fell into the mutter or the also. She is some Maruba may have had there. We need how can you have a case where there's going to be more isin than heter? Via suffix a's lays there in our and we're still going to have a case of doubt where it fell. Since we know that this is more than that, can we still do a kama yoshir iser v'shir ha heter? Evidently, we're talking here about the pots, if you know that the pot had more isin than the mutter heter pot, we probably know the measurements. Can nivdok atobik der sheter? That's a cool question. Let's check where the additional volume is. It's in der sheter. There's imyeshbo or the mishira kodem alo. Does that increase or not? Bishol shem shlomi iklamed lo yada elashir iser shaitza chadicha achas. So I understand when they're both equal. So you'd say that you don't know only the shir issa, which was one piece. Now we find two pieces which equal in the in Keter Heter. We can say, well, maybe this didn't fall here. Maybe these two pieces were originally there in the pot. You goes to say and it'll say that one is this, and it's equivalent in size to heter. So certainly if the heter is majority, we can talk about that case as well. Now, the case would be one where you found in the pot 3 large pieces, which are similar to each other. If one of them is larger than the other ones, mutter gamke. We're saying it's also mutter. Mishum, the equal main medical heter, you can say they're all heter. This is fell elsewhere. Going to say one was this, alright, but then it's about the 1 and 2. Mashiach is supposed to where there's more is in the heter. But shuva bezeh. Anyway, all this is the question is that let's measure. Or we can't measure, let's say, a row. Or let's use other tools here. Why do we need tolling? So the reason is, but Shuv is a country Danu, Isu Kamolegro. We knew the Isser was a fistful. But we didn't know what the measure in the pots was. But now after Suffolk has been born, find in the pot of Isser, Heter, Chaticha Kamole Grove. They both have fist-sized pieces. And also smaller piece. So we say that the prohibit that this thing is the size of the fist fell into the heter, the Isser size fist, not the heter. So then large one is the Isser, and the small one is the Heter. B'Isser Godam Heter, this is greater than the Heter, and therefore we can't say it's say Tolan. But we perhaps we could say that the fist-sized piece in the Osir pot is the pot that fell into the piece which fell into the pot. Chaticha egrov shebekteira shel heter kvar betocha. Whereas the similar piece in the heter kedera was already there. Zamin shein tol hakel. We can't be tol hakel because don't know to assume what fell what. Aber shechtichos when they're identifiable, obviously, because they're chatichos shel egrov, as opposed to the other pieces, which are smaller. Avok shechtichos shavos, but the pieces are all equal in size. Shuv lekos tapigim isser merubeh. Then we don't have to be concerned that the isser is there's more isser. We saw originally that the isser was like the small pieces in the kedera. Vada heter merubah. So certainly there's more heter. That's an addition. Now, b'shitas yesham we call him yoda, but we can see even simpler that you knew ahead of time. But then they removed the isser from the kedera. And you only have the taste left. Or nishbach, or it's spilled. You don't know whence everything spilled. Or it's tam karbe, or maybe the stuff dried out in the pot. We can't reckon the shear. Or perhaps you didn't see it all previously. For somebody else, that there was more it's in the heter. Came Shulora Klaus, he didn't see it all. I told him Motso Bacteris heter. Kamachatichos, now what he finds in the part of heter. So basically, I know what the prior condition was. Or should the Isser need for safe? Or was it previously that, or was the Isser Adran? Maybe previously there were large sheets, and then the small pieces. Okay, so there are cases which you can't tell what's what, and those are cases in which we can say that.